up out the way, don't get your dish splat. Stop letting this shit slide and get your lick back. And get your lick back. I feel like I'm JX.
J-Way.
I'm a perfectionist. Adderall got me restless.
I'm gone.
Run with a wild crew, they get reckless. Young boy, come up off that neck.
Give me that.
To the trends. See a lead, be the band.
Welcome to Bleachers to Speakers. I'm your host, Joe, and I got my boy B Foster. And before we get into this preview of Game 1 for the 2025 season for the Detroit Lions, I want to remind everyone to please subscribe to Bleachers to Speakers on YouTube. We are approaching 300 subscribers. Seems like we've been saying that for a little while. We're about 23 subscribers away from that 300 mark. And, you know, in order for us to get there, if you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you have subscribed, make sure you help us stay in the algorithm by liking, commenting, sharing the material, tell a friend, do whatever you got to do. And also make sure if you want to listen to us, you can follow us on any of the aggregators. It's anywhere you can listen to a podcast. Those are platforms like YouTube Music, Apple Podcast, wherever you want to listen to a podcast, you can find us. Just type in Bleachers to Speakers, FFSN in your search. Make sure that notification bell is on, so when we drop content, you'll get an alert and download those episodes. Foster, we got a game this afternoon.
Yes, we do.
We've been waiting a long time for this. Long time. A lot of stories over the off season, some good, some bad, some indifferent. Regardless of what's happening all season, 4:30 p.m. Eastern, or is it 4? Whatever. We have a kickoff, and we are visiting Lambeau Field. Foster, first off, congratulations to J-Mo. Last night, he received a contract extension. I can't remember the numbers. I think it was 3 years, 83 million, 67, 80 something million, 67 guaranteed. So congratulations to that man. There was a lot of people at the end of the season saying, we don't know if J-Mo's going to be around. Yeah, he's going to be around. He's going to be around a little longer than, a lot of people were saying. So congratulations to that man. Foster did a show yesterday, and if you didn't watch it, it was a very good show. He's by himself, but it's a very good show where he talked about Za'Darius Smith going to the ops, and it's okay, but it is what it is. He's headed to Philly, and Foster, that's one of those places I said I didn't want him to go. No rivals, no Philly, no Baltimore. And he went to Philly. So it is what it is. But I'm very content with what we have. I think with Hutch coming back, the players we have on the defensive line, I think I'm okay. And I expect better defensive back play. But we'll get into all that. Foster, how are you feeling about today's matchup?
I'm excited. I mean, to start the season on the road against one of our biggest rivals, it's out the gate. We don't get a cheapie. We don't get a semi-irrelevant opponent. We're out the gate with one of those teams that can do one or two things for you, depending on how the result of the game bring you up if you win, or bring you down a little bit if you lose, especially if you struggle, in the game. So I'm excited. We got a nice prime time slot, not prime time, but the 4 o'clock slots are the showcase games, especially when they're not on the West Coast. So should be a good one.
Foster, I don't know about other teams, but for us, when we watch the lines for game 1, it's kind of different for us because we don't see our starters during the preseason. So it's like a lot of teams have seen their starters play a little bit.
A little bit.
And I'm talking both sides of the ball. Like our defensive starters did not play.
Right.
Our offensive starters did not play. And I'm talking about offensive linemen all the way down to the quarterback. None of them took a snap. Punter, kicker, yes, they get their reps. But as far as the starters on offense and defense, we don't get to see them in the preseason. So for us, it's like, we haven't seen them since the Washington game. So it's good. It's very good. It's I think it can be a gift and a curse because there's could be some rust. Last year, unfortunately, it was a little rust on the offense, but the defense wasn't rusty. Defense played sharp early, and I think I'm expecting the same for the defense. Defense is usually are ahead of offenses as far as rhythm, so I expect the same. I hope the offense is a lot more crisp than the beginning of the season last year. Foster, my biggest concern is our offensive line. We have some new people on the offensive line, and we also have a couple new coordinators. So I'm going to be on tip. I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be paying real close attention to play calling, play execution on both ends. Foster, what are your concerns today?
My concerns are the interior offensive line. Obviously, we didn't get to see a lot of Tate Ratledge. We didn't get to see a lot of Graham Glasgow. We didn't get to see who else is in there. Mahogany. Yeah. We didn't get to see a lot of them play together. And amongst all the position groups, that's the one that remains a question until now. We know how impactful our team can be if we're establishing the run, and we obviously have two dynamic backs. But if the interior is in question, if they're if the defensive line is causing pressure right in Jared Goff's face, it's going to make it difficult for him to do what he needs to do, especially because he's going to have, issues getting to the outside running wise. So that's the group that I'm paying attention to the most because we know that, amongst the NFC North, our NFC North comrades, I think they tried to, I think the talks was that we have the worst offensive line.
I guess.
I think that's what the word was. So I think it was Pay that said that. But I find it's kind of mind-boggling when you have the 13th best player in all of football and he's on the offensive line. And it just seems doesn't sit well with me. So
well, you know why he said that, right?
Well, because of
the Bears off-season acquisitions, because clearly they were the worst line in NFC last year. NFC North.
Yeah.
So with their acquisitions, I guess he feels like they're better than everyone else. I mean, it's one thing to think they're an improvement, but he probably places his offensive line above everybody else's. But
he was willing to concede the best to, I think it was the Packers. Man,
yeah,
no way he gave the Packers credit.
I mean, but he catapulted his last place offensive line to the top two, and offensive line are a cohesive unit. You don't know until they play together. So
yeah,
hopefully those things for his sake will play in his favor. But it's easy to sit back and say that, but I think we got two of the best tackles in the game.
Right.
for one. And I think we have probably the best second or third year guard person could have with Mahogany. I think he's a very underrated player. Glasgow's no stranger to playing center. He's a serviceable center, and we have an up and comer in Rutledge. So we'll see. We'll see. It's easy to say though. It's easy to say. It's easy to say that someone has the worst line when they lose a few people, but we'll see. We'll see. I think what's more indicative of how bad the line is per se, if you see him playing in preseason. if your starters are playing, if your starters on your offensive line are playing in preseason, if Mahogany was out there, and I expect Tate Rutledge to be out there because he's a rookie, but you didn't see Glasgow or you didn't see Mahogany out there. So if they were playing through the preseason, then I'd be a little bit concerned. A little bit. But the fact that you didn't put them in there for the preseason gives me a little bit of optimism. But we'll see. We'll see. I just don't think we're a roll over and die type of offensive line, regardless of who we get in there. I think they'll be coached up. I think whoever is in there will be decent or they won't play. That's just the way it is. And with our skill position players, you'll be doing them a disservice by not having them offensive linemen ready. Because don't forget, we got J-Mo, St. Brown, both 1,000-yard receivers. You got Laporta, and you got 2,000-yard backs. You behoove yourself if you don't have that offensive line ready, because that Cadillac is ready to roll. So, defensively, do you have any concerns, Foster?
I don't have any major concerns, but I am anxious to see what the new look Terrion Arnold looks like. Obviously, he had a tough task last year, and there were some major adjustments that he needed to make to his strategy in coverage. And I'm ready to see what the finished product this year, because I think a lot of people are banking on him taking that jump. So, and getting that first interception. He went through the entire season without converting a single interception. So I think it's time for him to get off the schneid as far as that's concerned. And I'm actually really excited to see, because, we got very limited time to, check out Marcus Davenport. And I'm ready for him to shut everything down and prove, why Brad Holmes made the right decision, not even thinking twice about bringing him back. And just fulfilling that role that a lot of people direly wanted Za'Darius Smith to take over.
Yeah, and it's for good reason. Like, Davenport has had a history, not just with us, but with other teams, of not being dependable as far as availability and, injuries. So I get it. Za'Darius Smith is one that, we thought would be at least a healthy fill-in on the other side of Hutch. But let's be real, right? When it comes to Za'Darius Smith. And I know you talked about this, Foster, but a lot of us were kind of upset that Za'Darius Smith was let go. A lot of us were upset that he wasn't re-signed. But to be honest, he was a rental player. And the only reason he was a Lion is because Hutch was hurt. That's it. We wouldn't have seen Za'Darius Smith in the Lions uniform if we had Hutch. And that's just what it is. Now, not downplaying, I would have loved to see Za'Darius Smith come back to Detroit and be on the other side. But I guess when you're Brad Holmes and and then and Coach Campbell, you have a number figure in your mind. This is what we're going to pay you. This is if you're going to come back. And Za'Darius did what was best for his career and his money and chose elsewhere. I get it. You know, I was disappointed slightly, but at the same time, we needed him for the time being. And when they cut him, I was like, okay, there is a chance that he won't be back. There's always that chance. So, and I think they knew what they were doing when they said, okay, we're going to let you go, and we'll try to re-sign you. But if we don't, you know, there's a chance that we just don't. And it is what it is.
And you just don't pay a fill-in $10 million, $9 million. Like that's a bold move to make unless it's kind of a make or break decision. And I just don't think that that's what he was. And you see case in point last night at the midnight hour about us extending Jameson Williams, what the priority is right now. And it's making sure your top players moving forward are taken care of. Because if you don't think that, you know, JMO solidifying his future doesn't impact his morale and just how that's going to, you know, exude in his play, you're wrong, because that's major when a team puts that vote of confidence in you, because he has 2 years left on his current deal, so that's a 3-year extension, moving him out 5 essentially.
Yeah. So, and there's more people that have to get paid. You know, you have to take Hutch is due for a contract.
I thought it was Hutch. I saw a graphic and it was Hutch and JMO. So I assumed that Hutch was, but when I saw the 88, I was like, no, that ain't Hutch.
Well, you know, you have Hutch. At some point, you're going to have to address Gibbs. At some point, Laporta. You know, there's quite a few. And I think the Lions are going to invest on the core, the people that they've drafted and the people they feel going forward, and not what they call a rental player, you know, someone that's going to be here, someone they want to be here. And, you know, salute to Za'Darius Smith. We appreciate everything he did while you were here. And, you know, I salute you and good luck going to Philly, but you're an op now. It is what it is.
Definitely is.
Foster, let's take a quick break. If you're watching, we'll be back in 10 seconds. If you're listening, you'll hear some wonderful ads. We will be right back. Shout out to Dave and Pay. Dave is on, I think he's commenting on YouTube, maybe. And Pay is watching on Instagram. So shout out to them. Those are our peoples. Go watch their channels. You have Pay at Frustrated Chicago. What is it? I don't want to butcher that up. Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan or something like that.
Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan, yeah.
Yeah. Go check that YouTube channel out. Pay's an amazing host, and he has some good content on his channel. So even if you don't like the Bears, you'll love the content. So make sure you subscribe over there and check out Dave. First and Skull. I'll never forget that. First and Skull, Minnesota Vikings podcast. Check him out. Dave has one of the best podcasts I've ever listened to. So go check him out. Go support them. These are our NFC North comrades. We're enemies on the football field, but we're cool though. We're cool. Those are our boys. Especially in the off season. During the season, they all right. But it's NFC North on NFC North crime this week. We play the Lions play the Packers and the Bears play the Vikings on Monday night. So we starting off the the season with in NFC North battles and games, and the standings, all count. These all count. So it's a good way to start the season off. I am glad the season is finally here. Now these Packers. Foster, Packers offense. What is your concerns facing this Packers offense?
I think it starts with the run game. Josh Jacobs had a career year last year, and I think that I would assume that what they would like to do is establish the run game and take some pressure off Jordan Love. He's recovering from a hand injury, and they have a lot of injuries in their receiving core. Nearly like their entire receiving core, popped up on the injury report. Their Christian Watson is out right now, I believe, and one of their top options is rookie Matthew Golden. So he's being thrown to the fire immediately. And I think if you put Jordan Love in a situation in pass, in obvious pass situations, he's going to be more susceptible to making errant throws, which he's been known to do. And I think that is an opportunity for not only our pass rush to pin their ears back and attack aggressively, but we have two of the best safeties in all of football. Kirby Joseph had a pick 6 last year against Jordan Love in a rainy game, and Jordan Love, he has an amazing arm. He can throw the deep ball with the best of them. So he can definitely hurt you there, but we gotta put him in situations that will cause him to make some mistakes, because he'll do that.
Jordan Love is a professional quarterback. Don't forget that.
Not get paid to play quarterback.
Yeah.
A lot, actually.
Yeah. He's a professional quarterback, and I think that's what Dave put on. That's the professional quarterback to you, Foster, is what Dave.
That's right. That's right.
I think I agree with you, Foster. I think one of the things we have to do is we have to establish the defensive line, make sure we shut down the run, force them in passing situations, and I think we'll be okay. I think I haven't even looked at an injury report whatsoever, but I know we're better served if we put them in passing situations. If they can start off 2nd and 9 instead of 2nd and 4, 2nd and 5, we'll be fine. Keep them behind the sticks and force them to pass, and I think we'll be okay. As far as their defense, how do you feel about facing the Packers defense?
Well, I feel encouraged that we won't face a full strength Micah Parsons. He's going to need an epidural to even, get himself out there. Where they strengthen themselves on the outside defensively, I think that they did weaken their running, their defensive running, their ability to defend the run by getting rid of Kenny Clark. They do have a couple good linebackers, but I think that if we can attack, I think you got to run. You got to run right at him up the middle. I think you can probably run at Micah Parsons too. Not, he's already not a very good run defender, but with him kind of laboring a little bit, I think that we might find some opportunities to attack him as well. But I think their biggest weakness is actually their cornerbacks. They obviously trade away Jair Alexander, or he left in free agency. I think they traded him away.
I just know he's gone.
I just know he's gone. So, yeah, I think that we should be able to exploit him as well. I think that Nate Hobbs, their CB2, is questionable, and I don't think has played. I don't think he's practiced at all this week. So, yeah, I definitely see some opportunities outside the hashes to attack them. We do have to be wary of Xavier McKinney, though. He's one of the better safeties in the league. He's coming over from New York, and I think that he will play his part in trying to clean up some of the shortcomings that the cornerbacks do have.
Yeah. I think defensive line wise, as far as their edges, I think they're very solid. I think they can get pressure on our quarterback. We have, two very good tackles. I don't know about Taylor Decker's availability. I'm not sure. Have you heard anything about that, Foster?
Yeah. No, I haven't heard anything.
I think they were just resting him as far as because he's, I think just simply because he's older. I think they've just been resting him, but I don't think he has an injury situation. So
actually, our backup tackle is out. What's his name? Jones, DeMarco Jones, I believe. He's actually injured. So Taylor. Yeah, it says rest. Yeah, so probably a precautionary because they know they don't have anybody back there. Well, I won't say anybody, but they don't have anybody proven back there at tackle. So,
well, there's always the offensive weapon, Dan Skipper.
Right. I don't think he's. I don't think he's.
Oh, he's on the practice squad.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, in the event, an emergency that we need him next week, he's there. Available.
Yeah. So overall, what I expect the I'm curious to see how the offense does. New coordinator and all. The defense, I'm not so concerned at all with the defensive coordinator because Shepard was hired from within. He was here last year. He was the linebackers coach. He has a little bit different of a philosophy, but at the same time, he worked on, he was next. He was being groomed by Aaron Glenn. So I expect the same defensive intensity, just a few different wrinkles. But I also it's the offense, the offensive play calling. It's going to be very interesting, and I think with us not being able to see anything except for the joint practices clips, which they look pretty good. They were looking good. Did you see, Foster? Did you see where they interviewed Jack Jones from the Dolphins? And he was saying
on St. Brown? Or
he was like, I did. Yeah, he cooked me.
y'all saw it.
He said, yeah, I learned from that, but he cooked me pretty good that day. So, I do expect our offense to be pretty good overall this season. Just want to see if they have a slow start because they haven't played together much outside of the joint practices, and that's a different animal. So game speed and those are pretty different. So we'll see how that goes, man. And once again, I'm gonna say it again. I don't like 4:00 games. I want the game to come on in 1, bro. Don't want. I hate when my team plays at 4:00 on Sunday. I don't like it when they play on Monday night.
Tigers play at 1.
Tigers play at 1?
1:40.
Okay. And, Scooby pitched at Jim yesterday.
Man, did he ever.
It's like, you just ring it up just about when he pitches. If we can score when Scooby pitches, what's the score? 6-0 yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah. And the White Sox won the day before, so needed that. So, but yeah. Anyway, you're not watching any football before the Tigers, or you just going to watch the Tigers?
Before the Tigers, I mean,
Before the Lions. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say because I mean there'll be a little bit of a gap for me to check out some games. I'll definitely be keeping an eye on my fantasy team players, so I'll be bouncing around, but I'll be keeping I have a couple screens up so I can keep an eye on everything, man, because I got a job to do, man. I got.
Do you have your fantasy roster on handy? I want to know who's on your fantasy roster for the day.
So I have two teams, but we can start with the one that will be taking down within Pay's league. I'll let you know that my first round pick was actually Amon-Ra St. Brown. In both leagues, I didn't have high picks. Not to say that St. Brown is not a great pick, because you know what he's going to bring. He's going to give you 100 catches every year. He's going to score a couple touchdowns. But anyways, so I got St. Brown. I actually have Jaden Daniels. I believe that was my second round pick.
You.
I know it's very conflicting at times.
That hurt.
But it might have been David. It might have been David Devon Achane, the running back from
Miami,
from the Dolphins. Yeah.
Okay.
He might have been the second round pick, but Daniels. I got Deebo Samuel. I got Chuba Hubbard, who I haven't seen a lot of, but you got to get those. You got to get those running backs out the way because there's such a lack of them. There's always 100 receivers because everybody goes 3-4 wide.
Right.
Actually, I like this team a lot. So I have David. I always want to call him. Yeah, his name is David. David Njoku from the Browns.
Okay.
And in my flex position, which can be a running back or receiver, David Montgomery.
You Homer Simpson, you.
Yep, I got St. Brown and David Montgomery.
Okay.
I got the Ravens kicker. His name is Tyler Loop. And I have the Kansas City Chiefs defense, who performed very well.
Considering, they lost, but yeah.
It all, but it's more so on how many sacks you get, how many turnovers you create.
They did pretty well as far as the points.
Yeah. Yes, they went above the expectation. Expectation was 16, and I got 26.
There we go.
So yeah. So I actually have Jared Goff on my bench right now, playing behind Jaden Daniels.
Homer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when Daniels has a bye, I'll get an opportunity to start Mr. Goff. Zay Flowers.
Wait. Stop.
Yep.
So you're starting Daniels over Goff.
He has 7 more expected points. Mind you, he's going against the lowly New York Giants. The G-Men.
Okay. Just wanted to see your reasoning for it. It's a judge-free zone, I guess.
Yeah. Michael Mims from the Marvin Mims for the Broncos, Keon Coleman. These are bench guys. So these guys hopefully won't see the light of day many weeks, but obviously with buys, you're going to see that. So that is my Yahoo team right there.
Where's your other team?
So my ESPN league, both games I'm projected to win this week, by the way, but I got Lamar Jackson, who I think I had him in both leagues last year, and I won. Did I win it all last year? No, I placed, but I don't think I won any championships last year. But Lamar Jackson, I pretty much pick up every year. I have Chuba Hubbard again in this league.
You like Chuba Hubbard?
He's looking good, from what I can see. I went against everything I believe in, and I drafted Christian McCaffrey, who has let did he ever let me down? I think a couple years ago he let me down, and after that I stayed far away from him. But I had in this league I had, so the way it works, it's a snake draft system where if you pick last or second, I think I picked second to last this year. So when you do that, you take your last pick and then you get the next pick too. So I got 2 back to back.
Okay.
So I think the 2 picks I made were McCaffrey and Jackson back to back, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
A lot of parallels actually. I got Zay Flowers in this league as well.
It's not a bad pick. I like Zay Flowers.
Yeah. I guess he's kind of boom or bust. Pause. But either he's always a threat to get the to score the long play, but sometimes he has off weeks, I guess. But I got Cortland Sutton, the receiver from the Broncos, Trey McBride, who I'm really excited about having him on my team. The New England Patriots running back, Ramondre Stevenson. I'm kind of about that. I got the Cardinal defense starting, and then Cam Little as the kicker. So yeah, my primary defense is going to be the Bills, but because they're playing against Baltimore, it makes the most sense to sit them this week. But
who the Cardinals playing?
The Saints.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah. But yeah, I got Dalton Kincaid on the bench. I got Ricky Pearsall, who right now I think he's the 49ers' number 1 option. But I'm gonna give him a week to see how he performs. I smartly sat George Pickens. He didn't do anything against the Eagles. And then I got Keon Coleman again. So couple Bills. Got the Bills defense. Got Dalton Kincaid and Keon Coleman.
All right.
I'm feeling the team. I'm feeling both teams. I'm excited.
For fantasy football advice, holler at B. Foster.
Pay's got me in a C league because I'm a newbie, and since I lost in the championship game, I didn't get promoted to the B league. So
whoa,
that's how it works.
Is that how it works, or did he just do you?
No, that's he said he claims that's how it works. I mean, I'm not the commissioner. He runs like 7 leagues, and of course, he's not going to start me at the upper at the top. So I said, okay, I'll take the C league. I'll take some of y'all bread, and sure enough, finish second. So the second place takes home a decent purse. You get your money back and some.
Okay. I haven't played fantasy football in so long. I need to get back into it.
It's one of those things that always seems like a hassle. Like, oh God, I gotta remember to do this draft and all that type of stuff. But it makes watching football so much more fun because now you have stock in a Carolina Panthers and Arizona Cardinals game, like something that you would never care about.
Right.
You care about when you got Chuba Hubbard in both your leagues.
Makes sense. All right, now back to our preview.
Oh yeah.
Got off on a tangent.
That's a segment right there.
Yeah, got off on a little bit of tangent. We're still talking Detroit Lions and Green Bay Packers. FTP is the theme for the day. And it will be even next game when we don't play them. So it is what it is. Foster, I don't like the first game being away.
Yeah.
I truly don't. But I think the city's going to be lit today. I think they're with the Tigers playing at home, and still just something about Lions football nowadays. It just wakes the city up, right? Detroit is on high alert. They are full swing as far as getting behind their football team, and it's been like that for the past 2 or 3 years. Even on the down years, you have your Lions fans, still behind the team, but now it's more than ever. Like, especially with social media. Foster, it's a good feeling around here, man, and it's a different environment and culture. With winning brings this kind of aura. So hopefully it continues. I believe it will continue because of the leadership that's in place. I'm a firm believer in Brad Holmes, and I'm a firm believer in Coach Dan Campbell. And it's, even we can say that now with Brad Holmes, where there's a lot of people questioning a couple of his moves. Not re-signing, Zadarius Smith, and people were still questioning Tesla. Like, why'd you give up all those picks to move up to draft him? But I honestly believe he's what got Tim Patrick out of here. I believe
that's a foregone conclusion, 100%.
Yeah. So, I think they were looking. I know they were looking for an upgrade at the wide receiver 3 position, and I believe they got it. I believe they got their man. It's going to be great to see how he plays with the ones. It's going to be great to see. I think this offense can be very good. We have, like I said, the skill position players are there. It's just how good Goff can be and how well we can protect Goff. And if we can run the football, it's going to be a beautiful offensive season. So that'll probably about do it for today, Foster. You want to put a bow on this?
Yeah, you kind of took my wisdom a little bit on the Tesla thing. I think that's going to be really exciting just to see him work with the ones. We have not, in an actual game, we've seen him work with Tim Allen and Hendon Hooker. So to see him, match, to see him line up alongside Jared Goff and develop that chemistry and is going to be electric. I can't wait for that first, long pass down the sideline to him. And the pack, when it's all said and done, the Packers are very weak at the cornerback position. And if we can protect Jared Goff and he can sit back, get comfortable, and pick apart this secondary, it is going to be a long day. And I just can't get past how goofy Micah Parsons looks in Green Bay Packers apparel. Like, it looks stupid. That just blows my mind. Like, yeah, it just looks dumb. And I hope we destroy them just because I feel like he was popping some shit about Detroit. Did I see that?
Yeah, you saw that.
Okay.
Because I saw it.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't like that.
And before while it's on my mind, could you imagine how the critics would have criticized Detroit if we'd have picked up a Micah Parsons and we found out that he has to take an epidural before each game or only play limited for passing downs, and they'd have criticized us so bad. And even the fake Lions fans would have said, "Oh, so you went and got him, and he's half." It's just. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I thought, that crossed my mind too. Like, wouldn't that have been a disaster? I also saw that his preferred team would have been the Eagles, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the rivals. You wanted to run to the ops. Oh my God.
From Dallas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Coming from Dallas. That's like Michael Jordan say, my preferred destination is the Pistons or something.
With Isaiah Thomas, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been crazy. But it's neither here nor there. We'll see. Best I hope he's healthy. I don't have any ill feelings about his bodily, I don't want it, nothing against his his functioning. I just think that he needs to take it easy this week. Just take it smooth. You just got there. No need to over exude yourself. I mean, I'm sure the fans are extremely excited and want to see you do something spectacular, but they have plenty of time. You are secured and locked in for a long time. What does Dave say?
Dave said, I know women giving birth that didn't need to take an epidural.
Yeah, when I think of epidural, I think of that first, though. That's funny.
Oh, gosh. Well, that about do it.
Yeah,
we'll go.
Wrap it up on that one.
Yeah, we'll leave on that note. Make sure that you are subscribed to Bleacher Speakers on YouTube, and make sure you follow us on all the aggregators. Bleachers to Speakers FFSN on all those platforms. Please subscribe to Bleachers to Speakers on YouTube.
Get your lick back. If a nigga gon' do something, ain't no chit chat. Better stay up out the way, don't get your shit splat. Stop letting this shit slide and get your lick back. And get your lick back. Get your lick back. If a nigga gon' do something.